Hi everyone, this is my review of set 75361, the Mandalorian Spider Tank. Sorry if my voice sounds like I'm dying. I promise I'm not, but a little bit under the weather, it's fine. But let's get into it. So starting off with the set itself, I think this gets a little too much hate because honestly it does look pretty cool. Even though, there could have been more added to the set, like the little Grievous thing or whatever. I do think it works well. It looks good, and it looks pretty menacing when you have it next to like a minifigure. See the size? It's pretty big. You do have some nice kind of claws that can articulate. Oh my goodness. You got the mech arms that they've been using recently, and these pinchers can move like that. And you got the legs that can only move just a little bit because on the bottom it's just a bunch of like pins and like gadgets that are just connecting it. It's fine. It doesn't do much, but it gets the job done. You also have some nice kind of pipes right here that you can move and stuff. You have a little bit of articulation with these little things right here, which I think is pretty nice. I mean, it doesn't add much to it, but on the opposite side, not much detail. But I'm not going to be displaying it from that angle, so it's fine. I do like all this detail right here, like on the rim of it. It's nice. It goes all the way around. You do have the top right here, which looks nice. I have Bo-Katan's hair piece in here, so just as a place to store it. We'll get to that in a second. But you do have the stud shooters up here, and they're the newer kind, so all you have to do is, fire it like that. And I lost that forever. It's fine. You got these that close up. Really kind of satisfying, too. And it stores away really nice. On the inside, though, I'll show you. The light's not getting into it. It's very not that detailed. It's just basically a seat. You can kind of fit a figure in there. I don't know why though, because no one drives this thing. It's not like besides the Grievous droid, whatever it's called thing. But guess what? We didn't get in the set. A Grievous droid, whatever it's called thing. So I don't know what happened there. Whatever. But it is kind of a boring build, because it's also repetitive because you have these legs that are kind of a pain to build because of these rubber pieces right here. I'm not a huge fan of those pieces, but I do think that it ends up looking pretty awesome. And even though there's a lack of like side builds, I do think it does look pretty neat. Overall, it's kind of satisfying looking thing. Not very satisfying to build though. But let's get into the figures, which I think is the better part of the set. These are the 3 minifigures included with the set, and they are awesome. Obviously, we've gotten this guy a bunch of times in a bunch of sets. It's a good inclusion. It deserves to be included. I wish his little, like, carriage thing, I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called, pram, I don't know. I wish that was included because that was a big part of the scene. But, good inclusion, whatever, it's fine. You also get the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan. I talked about them in my ranking. I won't spoil which place they're in, but I'll spoil this. They're both in that. And I think the Mandalorian is far better than the older Mandalorian that we got a couple years ago. And that is mainly because the helmet, it's a little higher up. The print is higher up. It's got more details. And also, it has the newer Darksaber piece. That looks great. A lot of people still think it's kind of bad, but I think it's an improvement, and it doesn't deserve to be hated because it's better than just a plain bar, and I think it does look pretty cool. Bo-Katan is also another amazing figure, and here, I'll move these guys out of the way. She has a lot of great printing. This is the very first Bo-Katan to have arm printing as well, and it looks awesome. It's the same on both sides, so you're not missing much. You got a good amount of printing all around, of course. And then you also, let me just move that out of the way. You also get this hairpiece right here. I'm pretty sure this is new for this set. And it looks amazing on her. Like, that's an awesome looking hairpiece, and it's way better than the hairpiece we got before in 2021, which was the kind of, I think it was also used for Nia and Ninjago, and also Claire from Jurassic World. I think that did not work well for this character. It probably would have, it worked well on paper, but when turned into a minifigure, didn't really work. This hairpiece, far better, great improvement, and it makes this figure a lot better. I love the hairpiece and I love the helmet, and the color is also lighter than the older Bo-Katan. It's like a kind of, it's lighter. The other one was just plain blue. This one's a kind of lighter color. I'm not a big color guy, not like a color nerd. I don't know my blues, but you know, it's good. It's cool. It's better. And yeah, this is definitely the best of the set. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the minifigures. Let's move on to the final thoughts. One more thing I forgot to mention with these two figures is the face for Din Djarin and the opposite face for Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan has an angry face, along with the kind of smirk that she has well stained up. Yeah, there we go. Yep, looks good. The Din Djarin face we've been getting for a while, and the Bo-Katan face looks really good, along with the kind of headband piece that she has, or print, I guess. I do think that it would have been better if Din Djarin also had a hairpiece like this, because it just works really well. And again, stand up. It looks nice, and I feel like that should have been included, but it's fine. Whatever. It looks good. Let's move on to the final thoughts. Quick update. I found the stud that I shot at the beginning of the review. It only took about 20 minutes, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm also proud that I was able to stick Grogu on the top of the Mandalorian's helmet. So, you know, again, only took me about 10 minutes. What an awesome waste of time. Anyways, a great set, and I do think it's a little bit overpriced. It's like $35 to $40. I wish I could say this was an appropriate price for a set like this. It is just a big gray monster thing that is lacking in certain departments, like the side build department, which obviously there could have been more stuff. But it is a very dense build, I do think so. To be honest, for the amount of stuff like price per piece, although that's not at all, that shouldn't be the defining factor of what the price is for a Lego set. I do think it's very, you know, it's justified in that sense. But in any other sense, it's not a very good price for a set like this. The minifigures are amazing. All of them are very good. Of course, we've gotten Grogu so many times, but the other two are amazing. And I think if you want the newer Mandalorian with the Darksaber and the new printed helmet, I think this is a great set to get in, because you're also getting a Grogu if you didn't already have one, and probably one of the best Mandalorian figures out there being the Bo-Katan. So, I mean, if you're in it for the minifigures, there you go. You got some great ones there. If you're in it for the build, again, pretty good. And although it is lacking, I do think it is pretty cool and menacing compared to a minifigure. So if you like it, go pick it up. It's very neat, and I do think it's a pretty neat set. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.